So welcome back. So, actually with that Survivor tryout story, I actually had one other thing to add. So I imagine that you all are a little bit familiar with a colonoscopy, but what you might not be as familiar with unless you've had them is what you have to do the night before. So imagine this. So I am with my friends watching, I think You Got Mail or something, and we're all sitting in a room, and I'm drinking this paste that you all know. You can imagine why you have to drink some kind of paste the night before colonoscopy. So basically, like when you first start drinking it, you run to the bathroom like every 30 minutes, and then by the end of it, you're literally like running to the bathroom every 30 seconds. Like, it's crazy. But the thing that I thought was craziest was that my friends, I think, had absolutely no clue that I was doing. In other words, for whatever reason, I didn't tell them I had to drink this paste. They didn't say like, "Oh, Chris, are you okay?" or anything. I was just running. Like by the end of the movie, I literally would run to I was in the bathroom as much as watching the movie, and it was with a group of friends, and I had absolutely no clue. I thought it was funny. But going back to news, I was thinking of, in that story about how Gen Z's, how it's so different. Here, now everything's online. Like when you apply for Survivor, which I haven't recently, but if you were to, I think you have to submit a video, and now with how technology is, you can't just record something with your phone, like do a selfie and think it's gonna do anything. You have to probably have it professionally done or really work hard on it. But at the time, things were actually done on paper, and you do things more face to face. So I thought about how even that expression, "there was a time," how that must just, I don't know, annoy at least Gen Zs. Because I imagine these days, if you have a family, well, I have a couple kids myself, but they're young. If you had a couple, let's say Gen Zs and baby boomer parents, I could see the dad at the dinner table, before he says I love you so much and all this stuff, almost the most important thing I could see him saying is something like, I'm so happy we're all gathered here because I wanted to tell you that there was a time when, and all these things that, I think for baby boomers and even some X generation people like myself, think are so important, phone books, actually opening a phone book and, finding a phone number instead of, just looking on the internet or whatever. Recently, I have had all kinds of experiences with just how Western Australians are dealing with Omicron, seeping into society here. And just a couple quick examples. I was on a bus recently. Soon I won't be taking any buses because it's really hard. There are people without masks, people coughing. It's just, I'm very careful as far as protecting myself from COVID, and it's just not safe anymore, I don't think. But I was actually on a train, but same thing, trains have the same problems. And there was someone that had one of these, surgical masks, and they were playing with the mask, literally twisting it, pulling it up, putting it in their mouth. I actually thought that this guy was going to eat his mask. Growing up in New York, and then more relevantly, living in New York City while I was the epicenter of the pandemic, I never saw anything like this. It seems like here, maybe because COVID has been such a foreign thing, people are just act very strange about it. It's why would you play with them? You're supposed to keep the mask on, right? But I totally get it, and I don't agree with this, but someone that doesn't want to wear a mask, they just, don't care about others or whatever, they have some problem. But to like wow other people around you, to like play with your mask, like twist it, put it in your mouth. It's like, you know, who are these people? But we're gonna take another break, and we'll see you back soon.